Alright, I'm going to teach you exactly on how I was able to lose fat and build a good amount of muscle, a great amount of muscle, to the point where I basically achieved my aesthetic physique in such a short amount of time. Now, if you think I'm bullshitting, go on my channel. There's a YouTube short that I made where I just posted my transformation, and those timestamps were real. Now, to put it in perspective, at the beginning, at the beginning of 2024, I was 270 pounds. I was fucking thick. I was a thick man. I was pushing 300 pounds. And so from January all the way to June slash July, in between then, so we'll call it 6 to 7 months, I managed to reach 220 to 215 pounds. So I was able to lose, what is that? Fucking 60 pounds? If my math is not bad. Around 60-ish pounds, 65 pounds, within 6 to 7 months. Now, this protocol is not easy. I've done it. I put myself through it. This did require a lot of discipline, and honestly, like, okay, well, when I say it's hard, it is hard if you're a pussy and like you need to have like some chocolate and candy here. But listen, I was actually able to have a cheat meal every maybe like once a month, maybe twice a month, and I was actually still able to make really good progress. But if you follow this without any cheating, without getting away from this, I guarantee you, you will be able to make progress fast and efficient. Because a lot of motherfuckers, they like, yes, you can lose fat and you can lose a large amount of weight really fast. But what will happen is that you'll lose a lot of muscle and you'll just look skinny. You'll just look like a dumbass. You won't actually look like an aesthetic and attractive physique that you want, because you want that attractive physique. You want to build yourself a great body that girls will love. So there's two parts of this that I'm going to explain. There's going to be the training side of things, and there's also going to be the dieting side of things. But I'm going to start off with the training side of things, because you can, like, dieting is extremely important, but if you're not training right, then you're not going to actually make great progress. So training. What did I do for training to build muscle? Well, you actually just need to hop on a regular muscle building program. It can literally be whatever you want. I personally I did upper lower push pull legs and then 2 rest days. But here's the thing. A lot of people are training wrong, because I guarantee you that if you're new to the gym, or you've been going to the gym for a while, you're still probably doing 3 sets, maybe 4 sets, and you're probably doing like 10 reps, 15 reps. When I tell you that's the wrong way, it's definitely the wrong way. Because during this whole time, what I did was I kept maybe 6 to 8 sets per week per muscle group. So yes, that would be my chest. I would literally only do about 6 to 8 sets of my chest, and the same for my back, same for my arms, my shoulders, my legs, everything. 6 to 8 sets. Now you might think this is very minimal, but when I tell you, you actually only need, I'm pretty sure this is scientifically somewhere, but I'm not going to find out. I don't know where it is. I've definitely heard it before, but I've tested it and it has worked. So I guess this is just trust me, bro. I've done the 6 to 8 sets, and I've been able to build the most muscle I've ever have in such a short amount of time. And I want to tell you the reason why this works. The reason why this works is because you only need, here, take a guess. How many sets of like how many sets per muscle group? Fuck. Let me say it better. For your chest, let's just say, for any muscle group, how many sets a week do you think you need to maintain it? Just maintain it. You actually only need 2 sets. That's it. If you do 2 sets for the rest of your life per week on that muscle group, you're actually going to maintain it. It's going to be the exact same. Like, you're not going to build any, but you're also not going to lose any. You're going to stay the exact same. So when you go up to six sets of that specific muscle group will actually end up growing it. So you don't actually need more than 6 sets. Like if you want to do 8, do 8. If you want to do 10, maybe do 10. But like if you're doing above 10, you're pushing it. The reason this works so well is, let me give you a really good analogy. And this is the mindset that I had when I was doing this. And this is how I knew damn well that it was going to work. So think about anything, maybe whatever living creature there is, and think about the idea of adaptability. So let's just say your skin, right? Your skin. If you keep like tapping your skin, if you keep like putting shit through your skin is gonna get harder and harder. Now, what happens if you're like really fucking up your skin, right? Like you just have like a rock and it's really rough, then your skin is gonna get really, really hard. Now, this idea of adaptability is that you have to put your body in a situation where it's thinking, oh fuck, I have to adapt to this current situation in order to actually survive, because your body is still in that survival caveman mode. So by being able to only do a couple sets a week, and I forgot to mention, these sets have to be hard, like 2 sets of chest to extreme failure. Like I'm telling you, you're like here and you're pushing up and you're gritting your teeth, you're going up, you're going as hard as you can, and you barely made that 1 rep and you're still gonna go again. And like this is gonna be like, you have to do this properly, because don't get injured doing this. Like you have to do this with good form. With every exercise, you're struggling so much and you think you can't do another one, but you're gonna like push, and like it's gonna burn, and you're gonna keep on going, you're gonna keep pushing till that final set, till that final rep is done. But once you think that final rep is done and you go for it again, and then you can't get it up. But what's gonna happen is you're actually still gonna be able to push out some partial reps. I'm a huge fan of partial reps. That's when, like, instead of doing a full rep, you go all the way to failure for full reps, and then you end up going partial reps, and you bust out a couple of you do a couple of partial reps until you're actually done, until your muscles genuinely don't like aren't able to lift the weight anymore. Do that twice, and after that, what you're telling your body is I just went through a really hard time, so in order to get through that hard time, I need to adapt for the next time it happens. So this is exactly what I did, and I was progressively overloading. I was checking the weight I was doing week by week, and I was getting stronger by doing this. I was getting extremely strong. Like if you saw the strength I have, you probably wouldn't believe it. But I got really strong by doing this because I just kept on telling my body I need to adapt to this new situation. And so that's exactly what I did. You train till failure, you do only a couple sets till failure, and you end up actually building the muscle you need. The reason you only want to do like only 6 sets per week is because anything above that, you're basically over fatiguing your muscle. So think about it this way. You have a bar of how much fatigue you can take, and then past that bar, then that's getting into like your recovery. So you want to like fatigue your muscles this much, and then you want to recover that amount. But if you're fatiguing your muscles more, then you're just taking way more time to recover back to normal. So there's like a really specific sweet spot, and that is the 6 to 8 sets per week per muscle group. That is the sweet spot for like muscle growth and recovery. And you will get stronger, even if you're trying to lose fat, even if you're eating less. I was eating less food, but I was only eating a little bit less, and I'm gonna get into diet next, because diet is really important for this too. You can easily fuck this whole thing up if you don't have the right diet in mind. And on top of that, you don't actually need to spend that much time at the gym because, like I've said 1,000 times, right? 6 to 8 sets per muscle group. You also want to be doing cardio. How much cardio and what type of cardio? You should be doing specifically. I'll tell you what I did. I did 30 minutes of cardio every single day. But the type of cardio I did was incline treadmill. So that's where you go on the treadmill and you set the treadmill to go at a bit of an incline. Now you don't want to go at a crazy incline. You don't want to go too low of an incline. Just like a medium incline. Like every setting is different for whatever brand treadmill your gym has or what you have at home. So a general rule, like think about a 45-degree angle, like you know how what's that thing called? You know what I'm talking about. Just think about like 45 degrees. That's like the sweet spot if you want to do. And you don't want to be at a running pace, but you don't want to be at a slow pace. You want to be at a medium pace. Now, I don't remember what like the settings were on the treadmill. But anyways, you'll figure it out. It's basically where the pace you want to go at is where you're going a little bit faster than walking, but you're not jogging. So in between there, like kind of speed walking. Like you want to walk pretty fast, but you don't want to be to the point where you're jogging. Now the reason why this type of cardio is good, it's called steady state cardio, where you're this type of cardio basically just burns the most amount of fat. And the reason it burns the most amount of fat is because you're using muscles for like the stability of the incline, and you're also like heating up your body, so you're burning a lot of calories and you're burning a lot of fat, and that's exactly the point you want to be at. And you can do this for 30 minutes. You can actually do this for 15 minutes, but it might take you longer. I personally did it for 30 minutes because I wanted to get results fast. Some days I actually even did it for an hour. So genuinely, you can actually do a lot of cardio to speed up your results, but just know that you might get extremely unmotivated to continue doing it. Like I was already getting to the point where I was getting sick and tired of 30 minutes. So I actually would not recommend you go above 30 minutes. But if you think you can have the discipline to go above 30 minutes, go 45 minutes, even like an hour, then go ahead, do it. Cardio, however, doesn't have to be on the treadmill. It was just what I did because I didn't really play sports. Like I'm actually playing sports a lot more often now, and that like honestly don't even want to ever hop on a treadmill again. I just want to like play basketball or like play around with football. It'd be a lot better personally for me now, but back then that's what I did to achieve the results, and it worked. So I'm just telling you what I did. And that is for the training part. Let me summarize. Basically, you want to train hard as fuck at the gym. You want to train till failure, and you only want to do a couple sets per session, adding up to 6 to 8 sets per muscle group per week. Train till failure, use partials, and do your daily cardio. Has to be daily. Like having that daily fat shred boosts up your metabolism so much that you're able to even eat more, but you're still going to be losing fat. Now, for your diet. Dieting is extremely important. Now, this can be like the danger zone because you may not diet properly, and this will kind of ruin everything. So, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. In terms of dieting, I ate high protein, medium carbs. Now, high protein is going to be able to give you that energy. So that's like meat, steak, that's meat, dairy, just whatever had high protein. And the reason you need to have your high protein is because you need to recover fast. You need to build your muscle. And carbs are very... I actually had... Okay, no, before I go into carbs, let me tell you about fats. Fats, you can actually have a decent amount of fats, But don't have too many fats, because fats are really high in calories. But don't be afraid to like cook your meat in butter or something, because that will actually give you health benefits. Have it cooking your meat in butter will actually like boost your hormone production, and like your metabolism will be better. So I wouldn't recommend like cutting off fats at all. It's very important, but make sure you're eating like really good fats, like your avocados, your uh, butter, milk. Don't be eating like the unhealthy fats. Like, don't be eating like seed oils and canola oils. Like, avoid that if you can. But carbs. Carbs is a very tricky subject, because a lot of people will tell you don't go on carbs, go on carbs. Here's exactly what I did. I was like, I listened to the advice, should I eat more carbs, should I eat less carbs? And I tried both. And what I found worked was actually eating like a medium level amount of carbs. Now, what the hell does that mean? Basically, I timed my highest carb intake would actually be around my workout period. Now, I don't know why nobody really talks about this, but this genuinely makes a lot of sense. Because when you're lifting your weights, you're burning a lot of sugar in your muscle. So if the time to eat carbs would actually be before and after your workout. So if you work out in the morning, you actually might want to have a little like carb pre-workout snack, and then after that you may want to have some more carbs after that. But in the rest of the day, you want to keep your carbs minimal. This is exactly what I did. I always gymmed in the morning, so I'd always have like a piece of toast or like some banana. I had banana like every single day before my workout. And then after my workout, I would eat my breakfast, the same shit every day. I'd eat my eggs, I'd eat toast, like 2 pieces of toast, eat like 6 eggs. Or, well, actually 4 eggs, because I was cutting. And maybe I ate a little bit of carbs after that. But then the rest of the day, I didn't really eat too many carbs. I would maybe have a steak and some avocado. Now, the reason this works really well is because, like I said, you want to have like your energy boosts at the around the same time of when you work out. So that could be even at the nighttime. So maybe you don't eat many carbs in the morning, but then once it gets to, if you work out later at night, then before you, like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours before you work out, you eat some carbs, you go to the gym. After you're done the gym, you eat some carbs, and like your net carbs throughout the day, instead of eating carbs throughout the entire day, you actually only ate it at a specific time, instead of like maybe like 25% of your day was eating carbs. So that's very important. It really works well for me. And fasting. Yes, I was fasting. So every single morning I fasted. And what I did, there's like many different types of fasting you can do, but just to keep it as a very simple rule, what I did is I woke up and I did not eat until 12 p.m. 12 p.m. all the way to 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. It was kind of like lenient, 7 to 8 p.m. That is the window where you can eat. Everything outside of that window, I would say don't eat, just fast. This works out really well because if you work out in the morning, I worked out fasted every single morning. And if you work out fasted and you work out in the morning and you do your cardio, you do burn a lot of fat. Like your metabolism is really speeding up. So I would recommend only having a specific window in the day where you eat all of the calories of the day. And this every morning, because I stopped eating at like 7 or 8, my food would digest like before I would go to sleep. And by the time I'd wake up, I would actually already have food digested, so I'd wake up really lean compared to if I were to eat like much later, like 9 or 10 p.m. And yeah, that was my fasting strategy. And throughout that, I was able to lose a large amount of weight, but mostly fat. I was able to build muscle. And as a side note, building muscle will actually help you lose fat, because while your body is building muscle, your body is telling you shit, I need to use this extra fat to build the muscle. I need to use this energy for something. So doing the workout strategy I told you, where your body, you're putting your body into a lot of stress, but it's like effectively building muscle. You're also burning a lot of fat while doing that, because your body's telling your muscles, like your muscles are basically telling your body like, fuck, I need more energy. So it's taking that from your fat cells. And it really worked. I'm telling you, this, I really believe that if anyone is struggling, you need to go through this and it will genuinely help you. This final tip, in terms of, I know I didn't really mention calorie counting, but I would say do it. Count your calories for the first maybe 3 months, and then I would say it's not very necessary. Because what I did was I counted my calories for the first 2 to 3 months, and then I started eating intuitively. The reason I did that is because you should count your calories for a short period of time to understand how much calories you're eating per day, and then you start getting a familiar feeling of, oh, I know, like, this amount of almonds is this many calories, or I know 4 eggs is about this many calories. I know that the piece of toast is this many calories. Then you start getting familiar, and then over time you don't actually need it, and you can like genuinely get a gauge for how much calories you're eating, and you don't really need to like log every single food after that. So that's my tip, actually. That's my final tip. Is count your calories for the first month, 2 months, 3 months, until you start to really understand how many calories is in the food you're eating, and make sure you eat the same foods, because you want to simplify this. You don't want to overcomplicate this. If you are able to eat the same foods every single day, and you know exactly how many calories and how much protein you're eating, then it's going to be simple for you. So that was my protocol. I just gave you my protocol for free. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, any concerns. I will help you out. So I hope this helped you, bro. Make sure you lose that fat. I'm telling you, it's life-changing results. Take care, brother.